Now there was much greater meaning to the transfigurated Christ than just talking to Moses and Elias. Many preachers tell what they were talking about. They don't know what they were talking about. I don't know what they were talking about. Even Peter, James, and John did not hear what these three men said to each other. They heard what God said, but they don't hear what these men were talking about. Then said, then why did Jesus take them up onto the mountain apart anyway? Why did he take them up for the transfiguration? I'm going to show you that just in a minute. The transfiguration contains all the elements of the future manifestation of the coming kingdom. It showed Jesus not in humiliation, but in a glorified state. Jesus Christ came into this earth as a servant. He came to a poor family. He came where they didn't have much money. I'm going to touch on that just in a minute too, but let me just simply say, he came in the form of a servant. He served mankind. Amen. He walked around and he healed mankind. He answered mankind's questions. He met mankind's needs. He was a servant. And let me say this to you tonight, this morning, if you would bear with me. I am a servant. A lot of preachers take the church over and they say, well, I'm the head of the church. I'm not. God's the head of the church. Amen. God's the head of the church. God is the shepherd. When I pastor a church, I'm the under shepherd. I take my orders from the shepherd. What the shepherd says, I do. And I am just the under shepherd is all I am. I'm just a man. He is God. He is God. He is all that's righteous and all that's holy. All that's wonderful, all that's good. He is everything. Yes. I'm nothing. But simply trying to be a servant of God for God's people to explain the book and the Word of God to God's people. Now, Jesus is going to return again. This time he's going to be King of Kings and Lord of Lords. I think that's what the Roman government expected of him the first time, and it didn't happen. That's not what he came as. The hierarchy of Rome, the Sadducees and the Pharisees, they expected a king to come. Jesus didn't come that way. That wasn't his plan. But he shall return as King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Matthew 24:30, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. He's going to come as the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. He's going to come as our King. He's going to come as our Lord. He's going to come as our God. He's going to come. And the world's not going to mistake how he comes. They're going to know it's him when he gets here. Revelation chapter 1, I want to read verse 12, if I could. I've got this thing here somewhere. Revelation chapter 1, verse 12, I'm sorry. Revelation chapter 1, verse 12. The scripture says, and I turned to see the voice that spake unto me. And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. And in the midst of the, excuse me just a minute. Got 2 pages stuck together. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. His eyes was a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. His voice the sound of many waters. He had in his right hand 7 stars. And out of the mouth was a sharp 2-edged sword, and his countenance was as the sun shineth in his strength. John said, when I saw him, I fell at his feet as dead. He laid his right hand upon me, saying, Fear not, I am the first and the last. I am he that liveth and was dead. Behold, I am alive forevermore. Amen. I have the keys of hell and death. Write the things which thou hast seen, the things which are, the things which shall be hereafter. The mystery of the 7 stars which thou sawest in my right hand are the 7 golden candlesticks. The 7 stars are the angels of the 7 churches, and the 7 candlesticks which I saw on the 7 churches. Now let me say this. There were 7 churches in Asia at this time. And all the names of the churches are listed. We may touch them in a minute, but all the names of the 7 churches were in Asia. John was told to write a letter to every church and tell them what happened and what Jesus said. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. But since then, there have been 7 church ages that have taken after the 7 churches that were in Asia at that time. We are the Laodicean church age. There is no other church age coming after us, folks. We are it. We're the last. The next thing that's going to happen is Jesus Christ is going to come.
Yes.
There is nothing left. We're the final church age. And I'm looking forward to that day. I'm 70, I will be 70 years old in June. I hope the Lord comes before I leave this world. But if he doesn't, it doesn't make any difference. Because I'm going to see him when he comes anyway. If I'm in the grave, I'm going to come back from the grave. I'm going to have a glorified body, a new body, a different body. I'm going to see the Lord in all of his glory. Matthew 24, verse 1. And this is probably the most I'm going to read. I'll find you here in a minute. I'm in the book of Acts. Okay. Matthew 24. Okay, verse 1. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple. His disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Jesus said to them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say to you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. He sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, what shall these things be? What shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? People have been trying to find some kind of a sign about the end of the world forever. I know that 3 times in my life, somebody has said, Jesus is going to come on this day, at this time, sell all you have, get in this house. First of all, when they tell me that, I say, hooey. Jesus said, no man knoweth the day or the hour. Not even the Son of Man, but the Father only. One of these days, the Father's going to say, son, go get your church. And Jesus answered and said, Take heed no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, say, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. Ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass. But the end is not yet. Nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. You shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Then many shall be offended, and shall betray one another, and hate one another. Many false prophets shall arise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that doeth to the end, the same shall be saved. And this is the gospel of the kingdom shall be preached unto all the world for a witness, unto all nations, and then shall the end come. We've still got things to do. We've got to get the gospel preached to every nation. But I don't know if it's not being preached. First of all, let me say this. The gospel will probably never be preached to every person in this world right now. After the rapture of the church, as I said, God's going to one day tell Jesus, say, son, go get your children. Go get them, bring them home. Now let me tell you this, lest you be confused. Jesus Christ is not going to step out on the clouds and unroll a mile on this to start calling your name. It's not going to happen that way. He's simply going to come back. He's going to call the Spirit home. God was on the earth at one time. When Jesus came to the earth, God never came to the earth anymore. And now we have the Holy Spirit, and Jesus doesn't come to the earth anymore. We have all three of the Godheads have been here. Jesus is simply going to step out and call the Spirit. And everybody in whom the Spirit lives, he's leaving this world all at one time. If you don't have the Spirit in you, you're not going anywhere. You've got to have the Spirit of God living in you. And I'm so thankful unto God that I do. The brother was teaching in Sunday school. I'm glad that I have the Spirit of God in me. I'm glad that somebody say, don't do that. I'm glad that somebody say, no, don't think that way. No, don't say that. I'm glad the Spirit is here to tell me what to do. Otherwise, I'd make a mess of my whole life. The Spirit of God dwells within me. And I hope the Spirit of God dwells within you. And so secondly, not only did it show Jesus glorified, but secondly, it showed Moses glorified. Now, there's a reason that Moses was called. There's a reason Moses was there. Moses represents everybody who died before they left this world. There's been thousands and tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people in the graveyards all over. They've died. They're going to be, if they had the Spirit in them, they're going to come back. They're coming out of the grave. Just as sure as God walked up to the grave and said, Lazarus, come forth. And it came forth. When God calls, we're going to come forth. Let me say this to you. Already came forth once. I was on the second to the last bench on this side of the church. Second from the end was Sister Teresa, I believe, was sitting. And I was in the church, and God spoke to me. God said, come. I said, no. I went home. I came back, for some reason I had to come back Sunday night. I was 18 years old. I sat back there again. God said, come. No. You ain't talking to me. I was in the Marine Corps. I went back to the base. I was home a weekend living. I went back to the base. Well, I wasn't home. I was at Nancy's house on weekend living. I liked her. She was good. I would have spent time with her. So I come back the next weekend. I went to Nancy's house. We went to church that night. That morning, God spoke to me and said, come on. I said, no. Sunday night I was back. I was sitting right back there with Sister Teresa. God said, come now. I sat there, didn't know what to do, and I got a vision. I saw myself standing with the heels of my shoes hanging over hell. I absolutely felt the heat. I jumped up. The place was full of people. I don't know how many feet I stepped on. I don't know how I got in the aisle. I don't know nothing. I just know I set foot in the aisle. I took one step. I don't remember another word. There was spits around up here. I was on the first time I've ever been to church. I didn't know if I was allowed to go to the altar. I got down there and I grabbed a hold of one of these and I held on because I didn't want them dragging me away. I didn't know what I was doing, but I found out later when I learned the Bible. I grabbed a hold of the horns of the altar and I was holding on for dear life. I had to talk to God. And that same night, I did not know this. I had to learn the Bible. But that same night, I was just about ready to speak as I was holding on for dear life, crying out to God. And God said the same thing to the devil about me that Jesus said to the people about Lazarus. God said, let him go! Loose him! And the devil had to back off and take all this binds with him. God, loose me and let me go free. Now, Moses died for those who had to, Moses represented those who died before that during the Canaan land. Deuteronomy 34, I just want to read to you how Moses died so you know that I know what I'm talking about. Deuteronomy 34. And verse 1. And Moses went up from the plains of Moab unto the mountain of Nebo to the top of Pisgah that was over against Jericho, and the Lord showed him all the land of Gilead unto Dan, and all Naphtali unto Ephraim, and Manasseh, and all the land of Judah, the utmost sea, and the south, the plains of the valley of Jericho, the city of palm trees unto Zor. And the Lord said unto him, this is the land which I swore unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, saying, I will give it to thy seed. I have caused thee to see it for thine eyes, but thou shalt not go in thither. For Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in the land of Moab, according to the word of the Lord. He buried him in a valley in the land of Moab over against Bethpor. But no man knoweth his sepulchre to this day. See, God told Moses to take a rod, hold it over a rock, speak, and the rock will bring forth water. Moses took the rod and he hit the rock twice. The people could have said, well, he jarred the water loose. God wanted people to know he's the one that brought the water out, not Noah. Not Moses, I mean. He's the one that caused the water to come out. Not the smite of the rock, but God caused it to come out. And Moses, by hitting the rock, could have put a little doubt in some people's minds. So God did not let him go over into Canaan land. All those who die will appear glorified in the throne of God. Revelation 7, 9, 10 said, after this I beheld a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindred and people and tongues stood before the throne, before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hand, crying with a loud voice, saying, salvation our God, which sitteth on the throne, and unto the Lamb. There are going to be 144,000 Jews saved during the tribulation. They're going to 12,000 of each of the 12 tribes of Israel, and nobody can do anything about it. God's already chosen them. And those people say, well, to me the Jews saved, don't mean anybody else. I just read the scripture to you. After this I beheld a great multitude which no man could number, of all kindreds and people and tongues stood before the throne. Not Jews, Gentiles. These people, when God sets up his millennial reign, are going to have a chance to be saved. There's going to be a great multitude that's going to come to salvation during the millennial reign of Jesus Christ. He showed Elijah glorified. He represented the ones who will be transfigured and will not taste death. Elijah didn't taste death. And Enoch didn't taste death. The Bible said Enoch walked with God, was not, for God took him. That's the way it was. But Elijah was going over on the other side of the sea, the Red Sea. By the way, let me tell you this. God parted the Red Sea for Elijah to go across with Elisha. God took Elijah out of this world and left Elisha behind. Elisha picked up Elijah's mantle, went back to sea and hit the water and said, where's the God of Elijah? And the waters parted again. And he went over. And then the children of Israel come out of bondage, and he parted the Red Sea again. And then he caused the Red Sea to come down and close up Pharaoh's army. I tell you, this part of the Red Sea became over half of God. He was doing it all the time. But let me tell you this. You may hear it, you may not. You may have already heard it, you may have not. But there's a man who is claiming that God never parted the Red Sea. He says it's a misprint. God parted the Reed Sea, R-E-E-D, parted the Reed Sea. And the reason that they walked across and didn't drown was because the Reed Sea never gets over 6 inches deep. Man told me, you know what I told him? I said, that's all right. I said, you still got to explain to me how Pharaoh's army and all of his horses died in 6 inches of water. God still did a great miracle. Peter, James, and John. Let me hurry on. I'm trying not to keep you long here. I don't know about you, but I had no breakfast. I'm hungry. Told my wife about 8 o'clock, said, you want to go get some breakfast? She said, well, I don't really have to. If you want to, I'll sit here. Don't worry, honey. Peter, James, and John were brought by Christ to the scene to be representatives of the tribes of Israel, yet in the flesh, who will come to know Jesus Christ. They represent the 12 tribes that will be saved during the tribulation. I've only got one more point, so we'll go page 7. But they represented the 12 tribes of Israel. That's what they were there for. So Moses represented those that died. Enoch represented those that would die without being saved. Oh, Elijah, I'm sorry. And then the 12 tribes of Israel represented, I'm trying to say, brother. Yeah, thank you. That word, represent. Represented the 12 tribes of Israel. And there was a reason for everybody to be there. It was all a reason. Jesus, the Jewish people don't accept Jesus Christ. I don't know if you know that or not, but they just don't. They don't believe in Jesus Christ being the Son of God. They believe he was a great prophet, great teacher, but they don't believe he was God's Son. That's why they're not going to heaven. Jesus said, in John 14:6, Jesus said, let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. For else I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. If I go to prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself. Where I am, there you may be also. And whither I go, thou knowest the way. Now notice old bull, doubting Thomas, said, Master, we know not whither I go, and how can we know the way? Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. Let me tell you what also Jesus said. No man comes unto me except the Spirit of my Father who sent me draws him. And he said, no man comes unto the Father except by me. You can't have God and not have Jesus. You can't have Jesus and not have God.
Amen.
They are together. They are one spirit. You have to have Jesus and you have to have God. There are people say, well, I believe in God, but I don't believe in Jesus. They don't believe in God. Because if they don't believe in God, they have to believe in Jesus also. You have to believe in God and Jesus, or you don't believe in neither one of them. Now let me close with this. The multitudes at the foot of the mountain represent the nation that will come to Jesus after 1,000-year millennium. You know, I was telling you about the great multitude that no man could number. There was a multitude when Jesus went to the bottom of the mountain with the disciples. They represented the multitude that would be saved during the tribulation period. Everybody had a reason for being there. Everything that Jesus did, he did with a reason for it being there. There are so many great truths and facts in the Word of God. Then they're available to us if we'll simply look to Jesus, read the Bible, and study the Scriptures with spiritual eyes. We have to use our spiritual eyes. People say, well, and I don't understand this. Well, I don't understand Revelation. Revelation's too hard. I don't understand Revelation. I said I wasn't going to do this, but I'm doing it anyway. My wife and the same time. This sister already knows this. Final examination had 900 questions on it. 900 questions. I got 899 of them right. That's not bad. My wife got all 900 right, and I still ain't forgive her for that. That's right. Her final exam was on teaching. Mine wasn't. And I had different subjects for ministers. And that was hard. But anyway, I taught the book of Revelation for 2 years. And it's not hard to understand. All you've got to do is get on your knees. Tell God, say, God, I want to read this book. I want to understand this book. And God will let you do it. There was a man in Dallas, North Carolina, decided he's going to fast until God gave me understanding of Revelation. He fasted for 8 or 9 months. He went from a great big man down to nothing but skin and bones. Finally, God gave him the translation of Revelation. You don't have to do that. You don't have to go through all that. Get on your knees and tell God, say, God, I want to understand this book. God will let you do it. God wants you to understand His word. Lord, if you'll come, whatever you want to do,